Here's someone who seems to think there's a contradiction. In John 4:24, Jesus says, God is a spirit. In Luke 24:39, Jesus says, a spirit hath not flesh and bones. How then can God have a body? Could it not be that God, being a spirit, manifests himself in bodily form so that man may understand him?
We'll have to learn from a study of the Scriptures that the spirit beings are just as real as flesh and blood beings. In 1 Corinthians 15, Paul taught us there is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. There is a spiritual body. And then he said there are bodies celestial, heavenly, and bodies terrestrial, earthly. The glory of the celestial is one, the glory of the terrestrial is another. There is one glory of the sun, moon, stars, for one star differeth from another star in glory. So also he argues is a resurrection of the dead. But in that passage he said there is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. All spirit beings have real bodies. They have real shapes, real forms, real sizes. That's true of spirit beings as well as flesh and blood or material beings. So we just have to recognize that as a fact. Now, the God as a spirit being can have a spirit body, can have bodily parts, can have a size, can have a definite shape, a definite form, can wear clothes, can sit on a seat, can get up off of the seat and go from place to place, either walking or riding on things just like a human body. The fact that spirit beings are not material and they're not seeable by the natural eye, that doesn't do away with the fact of the reality of spirit bodies. Now, when Jesus Christ said, handle me and see, a spirit doth not have flesh and bones as you see me have, he's teaching us that he was truly as he was before. He was just as much the same Jesus Christ with the same human body after the resurrection as he was before. He never wanted to leave the idea with us that spirits do not have forms and shapes. In fact, we have a statement made by Jesus Christ to the Jews in his day. In John 5:37, he said, you have never seen his voice at any time, nor seen his shape. Nor seen his shape. In the first chapter of Hebrews, verse 3, we read that Christ is the express image of his person. The express image of his person, referring to bodily image and likeness, not to moral and spiritual image and likeness as most Bible scholars would have us believe. You look up the Scripture for yourself on the question of the image and likeness of God. You'll find it always refers to outward form. Angels are called spirits. For in Psalm 104 and also the first chapter of the book of Hebrews, we read that God maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. Yet angels have forms, they have sizes, they have shapes, they wear clothes, they can be seen, they can appear to men. Men have seen them time and time again. Wherever angels have been seen, they have been seen with normal-sized bodies, just about like ordinary men. Wherever God has been seen by the natural eye, he has been seen as having a real body, as wearing clothes, as having hair on his head, having different bodily parts, just like human bodies. So, the statement of Jesus, a spirit doth not have flesh and bones, is not to be understood to mean that spirit beings do not have bodies, do not have shapes, do not have bodily parts, do not have passions and soul feelings and emotions, appetites and desires, or do not have spirit faculties of any kind. They are real. All spirit beings have personal bodies, spirit bodies, souls and spirits, like all human beings. But now you look up the word spirit and ghost in the New Testament, well, in fact, both Testaments. Get a complete concord. And if you don't have a complete concordance, I'm going to suggest to you one now, the only one that I would recommend. That is the one better than any other. That's Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible.